Hi, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the hopefully second to last part of my collection tour, and I'm going to be talking about 1/12 BJDs and other blind box dolls. From what I could tell, this is the series that kind of popularized small, mass-manufactured blind box dolls. This is Antu Nature Wonderland by Penny's Box, which is still, from what I can tell, probably the most popular manufacturer for blind box dolls. They do a lot of collabs with other artists. Like, this line is a collab with another artist. The Antu line is about little elves that I think they can shapeshift into other things. The translations for the descriptions are definitely a little bit off, but that's what I could kind of gather from it. They can transform into centaurs and mermaids and probably more eventually. I think they're really cute. Um, this was the first line, so they're a little bit more simple. They only come with what's pictured. They didn't have extra hands or anything, which most boxes after this point did. That became kind of the standard. But you can see why they blew up. They're really cute, and they're pretty much palm-sized. They're very small, but they're still pretty well made. I've had some issues with quality control, but not with this line. They come in sets of 1 box, 3 boxes, or 6 boxes where you're confirmed to get every character and possibly the hidden, which will replace one of the regular characters. I don't have any hiddens yet, especially from the older lines. The kind of ratio for the hidden was a lot worse. For this line, I think it was around 1 out of 92, but I could be totally wrong. I don't think other lines really had that information until around when the Centaurs came out, which is what I'm going to talk about next because they're my other Antu dolls. Here is the next line, the Antu Centaurs from Antu Dreamlike Tea Party. I get some of the line names confused, but I'd looked that up beforehand. They're really cute. There's not much to say about them. The quality control isn't as good as the first series, but they come with extra hands. And there are 2 hiddens in this series, one which is less hard to get, and one which is a lot harder. And they're both really cute. One of them comes with 2 faceplates. But yeah, these are just really fun dolls. I don't see Centaur dolls super often. And I think this line is kind of what... Oh, hi. Hi, sir. I think this line is kind of what made them more popular in the West. This was when I started hearing about them, was after this line released. And they're really nice. They have magnetic wings, they have tails that slot in, and if you balance them, they're really easy to stand on their own, which is an issue I have with all of my other BJDs. I like BJDs. I think they pose in really interesting ways, but they also have a lot of issues with weight and a lot of issues with if the strings are done a certain way. I think it's if they're too tight, they'll snap back, so it's hard to get them to hold a pose sometimes. And sometimes if they're not strung tightly enough, they'll just kind of flop over. So overall, I'm more of a fan of mechanical jointed dolls, which I have, I think, just one series that's mechanically jointed, and they pose really easily. It's so much of a relief, and I'll look at them next. Yeah, that's about all I have to say about these girls. I think they're so cute. And I actually have a limited edition doll from the Antu Centaurs line. And I almost forgot to mention there's a series 2 of these, which I was really excited about, but kind of disappointed because they ended up being just recolors of the original dolls with more detailed and expensive looking clothes, which were really pretty. But not only did I really not want just recolors of the original dolls, but they completely got rid of the little skin tone diversity that this line had and made them all the shade of the lightest doll in the group, which was really, really disappointing. So I do not have any dolls from that line, and I don't plan to get them. But there were 2 limited edition dolls related to this line, one which was for winter and one for spring. And I have the spring doll, and she's really cute, and I'll put her down here in a second. And the winter doll I'm looking at getting soon, because I like her a lot too. Here is the limited edition spring doll, and she's gorgeous. She has beaded accessories, her dress is layered, she has an actual little bonnet that ties, and a unique face-up, and little stitches on her legs, which the Hiddens have. And the second series went in the direction of the limiteds, with recolors of hair molds, which if I move her to the side a little bit, you can see same exact hair mold, with different face-ups and new colors. And with the limited figures, it doesn't bother me as much because they are so different. Like, even right next to each other, they look like 2 different characters with the same hair. With the recolored series, they looked different, and I did think they were cute designs, but they were not as different, and on top of that, intended to be the same character. So I would much rather have limited dolls that are a little bit more expensive, with fancy outfits and new face-ups with reused molds than a whole series for the same price. They might have been a little bit more. But again, that's just a personal preference thing. They're just not for me. And now I'm going to move on to my Edu Street Boys. Here are my Edu Street Boys. They're another Penny's Box series that's a collab with an artist. And they're MJDs, not BJDs. They're a lot easier to pose. They stand up a lot better, and their designs are really unique. They are probably my favorite series that I have, surprisingly. I just think the concept is really cute, and they're really unique, and you don't... For one, I have never seen other BJDs at this scale, mass-produced, with textured hair, and this series has 2. One of them is the Hidden, I really want, and I'm currently saving up for. But yeah, they're just so fun. All of them come with 1 accessory, 2 come with little dogs, 2 come with skateboards, 1 comes with headphones, and 1 comes with a little boombox that you can see. And they're just really unique. I really like them. I think their jumpsuits are really stupid in the cutest possible way. And they're just kind of silly. And there's a second series of Edu dolls coming out right now that are based on Chinese dragons that not only have the boys, but also have girl characters introduced. And they're gorgeous. I've been going absolutely nuts over them as they've been revealed over the past couple weeks. I'm so excited for them. I'm going to go broke on them for sure. But I don't have much to say about them. I think they're really gorgeous. They have really nice inset eyes. They have really nice skin details that are hard to see on camera. I'll get a little closer. There's freckling and blushing, and they don't have eyebrows, which is a little silly, but I don't mind it that much. I think they're really expressive without them. Yeah, I love these little demon skater boys. A lot of people think they're kind of ugly or think that they're not cute enough for the market, which I can see and understand why people might think that, but I love them. I think they are silly. This series has a couple different translations, also by Penny's Box. The one I hear most, though, is School Haunting, so that's what I'm going to be calling it. These were my first BJDs. I planned to post a review of the whole set when I was early in my little YouTube. I wouldn't call it a career. It would be cool, but I have like 24 subscribers. But yeah, I love them. They were what got me into the blind box doll community. They are little animals in a school, and the storyline behind them is that there's a ghost haunting the swimming pool, and they're investigating it. And that ghost is actually the hidden for the series, who I may have just bought myself because I've been wanting her since I got into the hobby. She's really, really cute. But I love these dolls a lot, and I think they're really unique. One thing that does make me sad about them is I'm pretty sure this was the last Penny's Box line, as of right now, to feature a darker skinned character. It's really disappointing. I know that in that region there are a lot of issues with colorism and racism, so I was shocked to even have the characters that we got. I was really pleased to have some darker skinned characters, and they just kind of out of the blue ripped that representation away. And I don't think I maybe have one other darker, barely skinned doll in my collection of BJDs and MJDs. So altogether maybe 3, which is just sad. 4, I forgot about my Edu boy. But yeah, again, it's just kind of sad, and I wish that they would make more of an effort. But again, I know why that effort's being made, and it's not very surprising. And it's a trend with other companies as well, not just Penny's Box. Penny's Box was just the only one that gave any hope of being different, I guess is a good way to put it. But yeah, overall, great doll line. They're really, really skinny, so they have some issues standing. They're really top heavy, and I don't have any stands yet for my BJDs. I've been trying out different types of stands, and my dolls just end up being a little too top heavy for them to handle. But yeah, I plan to buy some stands soon. Hopefully, the stands that I bought recently did not work. Here's my last Penny's Box line. This one also has a couple different translations I hear. I hear Painter and Little Witch and Puppet Kingdom used the most. And other than the issues I just talked about with School Haunting, I love these dolls. They are amazing dolls. I love the wood grain texture on the hair. I love the different eye stylizations. I love that they have little puppet looking noses, and I love that they have sculpted on eye bags. Like they're so cool. And they even have like a wood grain texture on the bottom of their shoes, and for the painter with the beret on his beret. And they're really pretty dolls. all of the witches have little wands that they come with, and all of them have hats. I don't have the hat on the cat one, but she does come with one. They all have slightly iridescent hair and little high-heeled shoes, which is really fun. It makes them harder to stand, but they're really cool. I've never seen dolls this scale with, like, ankle articulation that just have high heels. It's weird. They come off a lot, but again, it's really neat. Most of their clothes are different types of fabric, which is really cool. I don't know, there's a lot to like about these dolls. I don't have much to say other than that. There's not much negative to say. They're super detailed, super cute. They have a cool story. The hidden is gorgeous. I wish I knew more about the story. I haven't. I saw one translated version, but it was really long, so I didn't read it. But I know the gist of it is that the hidden died in a fire or something, and all of the color in the world died. Something like that. It's really fun. Penny's Box dolls always have a lot of lore, which is super cool, and I don't see that with, like, Western doll lines, really, other than, like, Monster High and Rainbow High, I guess. And it's not, like, lore. Like, these dolls have, like, written out stories. It's really cool. Next up, I'm moving into Comfort Arts Comfort Free dolls with Bonnie, Journey of the Streets, which I was a little torn on at first because of the duplicated hairstyles and face molds. It wouldn't be as noticeable if the two with the same face molds didn't also have the exact same hair mold, but they grew on me over time, and I ended up getting them pretty recently. And they're really cute. They're really well made. The clothes are, like, insanely high quality. The street dancer Bonnie, this one here, has a working zipper. None of the outfits have Velcro. They are all put on in the way you would actually put the garment on, which makes it really hard to dress them. I had calluses all over my hands by the time I was done, but they look really good. The clothing just hangs really naturally because it's made how you would make clothing for an actual person, which a lot of these blind box dolls do to some extent, but this series was just, there was no Velcro. None at all. So, good and bad. But yeah, I think they're really cute. They have a lot of the same kind of drawbacks in some opinions as the Edu Street dolls, where a lot of people think that they're Jaspers and Older Dogs. A lot of people think that they're not cute enough, and that they're too... Thanks, Jasper. Some people think they're not cute enough, and that they're too... I'm gonna leave this in because this is really funny to me. He's interrupted my video twice now. So, I'm glad all of you get to meet the boy. But yeah, these dolls, a lot of people think they're not cute enough, or that they're too kind of... I don't know, a lot of people just really want their dolls to have a very cutesy aesthetic, and these dolls aren't necessarily that. They're modeled after, like, street fashion, and I think that's great. I think they're really cool and really unique. And the second series of Bonnies is... I love them. I have them. I'm about to pull them down. the exact opposite. They are very, very cutesy, and they kind of changed the trajectory for the entire brand. Here is Bonnie Series 2, Sweetheart Party. I was kind of torn on these dolls at first because I didn't like the cutesy direction the brand took, but they had 2 dolls released for the crowdfunding campaign that I absolutely fell in love with, and it's sad to admit this, but I kind of got the entire series just because it gave me a really good deal on the 2 limited figures, and I didn't know when I would get another chance to get them. One of them I did not end up getting because she was a timed release and my Superbuy agent wasn't able to get her. But I do have her now, and I'm going to show them after this. But when I got them in the mail, I already liked them. I just wasn't as excited about them as other lines. When I got them and when I unboxed them, I was just mind blown. The quality is amazing. The body sculpts are amazing. The face-ups are so cute. And I adore them. They're very much up there with the Edu Boys as my favorite dolls. They are just so charming and fun, and their bodies are really sturdy because they're a little bit chunkier, especially in the feet area. The one problem is the magnetic ears instead of the jointed ears makes them a little bit harder to keep the ears on. The ears will fall off pretty easily, and some of the hair pieces also will detach and fall off pretty easily. But I get why they did it. I think it's cool to have the hair sculpts without the holes for the pegs so that they can be used for other dolls, or you can pretend your dolls aren't bunnies, which kind of takes away the whole appeal for Bonnie, in my opinion, but apparently Comfort Arts, Comfort Free did not have that same opinion. Their most recent series was a collaboration with an artist who specialized in, like, face-ups. They were so gorgeous, and I was so excited about, and then they did not give them ears for some reason. They have the Series 2 bodies with the paws. They don't have ears, and it baffles me. And I really want to get them and give them ears, but that would be... One, I would have to customize the ears to fit their color schemes, and 2, I would have to buy separate ears, which they don't really just sell separate ears. I would have to find them secondhand, which I already am doing because there was a limited doll tied to that line that didn't have ears, but she was so pretty, and she was on Kika Goods for $20, so I got her, and I'm not mad about this. I love her, and I'm so excited to get her, but I am going to have to buy her ears. Thankfully, her color scheme is all light gold and yellow, so I'll be able to use Matcha Fufu or Berry Mei. Berry Mei is pink. Orange Pop Pop is what what I meant. I'll be able to use one of their ears for her, and I'll just have to buy secondhand ears and magnets, which for one pair shouldn't be too bad. And there are people in Kika Goods has a Discord community, super nice community, allows you to get in touch with Kika Goods representatives easily and other collectors. There are people selling collectibles and split parts all the time, from BJDs to just other random blind box toys and anime merch. It's really cool. Everybody's super nice. If you collect BJDs, I highly recommend joining the Kika Goods Discord, just so you, one, have more notice of things going up on Kika Goods. You can keep up to date with BJD news and other collectors, and sometimes you can find people selling things that you might need or want. People trade dolls on there, people host box splits, It's a really, really cool community. I almost forgot, here are my 2 limited dolls, Spring Rain and Velvet Rose. They are my 2 favorite dolls that I own, period. I adore them. I'm obsessed with them. They're gorgeous. 1, frog. I love a frog. 2, goth bitch. She is my little angel. And she is about to get an actual angel girlfriend, so yeah, I love these. I think they're so fun. I really love the limited dolls that Comfort Arts and Comfort Free put out. They really play around with aesthetics with these, and they also have other bigger scale MJDs that I really want to get eventually. They're really, really cool, and they come in blind bottles, which, again, so cool. They're just a little bit more expensive, but hopefully eventually I'll get my hands on them. Those play around with aesthetics even more than the BJDs. There are apocalypse-themed ones, there's a beach-themed line, there's furries. They rule. That's all I've got to say. I almost forgot to put these in. And for my last line of BJDs that I have right now, Teen Art Campus by Simon Toys. I see a lot of hate on these girls, and I get it. They look like Muppets, they're really ugly, they look like Fraggle Rock characters. But, also, consider, I love them. I think they're so goofy, and so cute, and they're very, round, which I love. I think that all dolls need to be a little bit rounder. So yeah, I adore them. There's been 3 more series now in the Teen Art Campus line. There are the Teen Art Idols, which are in production right now, Teen Art Clubs, and the Pitsoon Boys. And I am very excited to get the Clubs and the Boys dolls, and I am also on the lookout for the Milk. Oh, I forgot about the Cherry Blossom dolls. There's also a line of 4 recolors, 3 recolors from this series, and 1 new doll that is a recolor of a limited doll, which is a lot. And they're pink, and they're really cute. Not my thing. I don't really like recolors. But I am on the lookout for the limited Milk doll and the limited Magician from Teen Art Clubs. They are gorgeous, and Milk is really, really hard to get, and I don't think has been widely released yet. But I have faith. She's one of my grails. I'm gonna get her someday. But with the newer lines, they kind of refined the face design, so they're not as Muppet creature looking. They look like the guys from the Dark Crystal to me. Are they called Jelfs? The Zelfs. No, that's another thing. That's another toy line. The Gelflings? I think that's what they're called. They look like that to me, and I love them. I've got no issues with these dolls other than the skin tone diversity. I think they're cute. And they're fruits. And I love fruits. That was a gay joke. I'm so tired. And last, we have a little bonus round. My Magic Mixies Pixlings, which I am including because I did not know where else to put them. They're a really new doll line in the Magic Mixies franchise by Moose Toys, and I adore them. They're really small, and they have very limited articulation and molded on tops, but they have just absolutely gorgeous face-ups. In my opinion, custom, one-of-a-kind doll quality face-ups that are made with, I think, UV printing. A mix of stamp and UV, probably, because there are gradients in the eyes, and the details are all so soft, and it's so pretty. and their concepts and designs are also just really next level for a mainstream doll line. I think they're probably my favorite Western doll line on the market right now, like Playline doll line. I really highly recommend them. They do come in big bottles. They have a potion gimmick, which I think is really cute, but is also really wasteful. I've thrown out a couple of big plastic bottles and it makes me feel bad every time, but I just adore them. I think they are such cool dolls. And I might be biased because I have a weakness for monster and fantasy dolls, but man, they all have unique body molds, they all have unique ears, and they are just so cool. They're so cool, and I'm so excited to see what new dolls come out. I have all that exist right now because I'm insane. And yeah, that's about all I have to say. I'm just so excited to see what direction these go in. Thank you so much for watching and continuing to support my channel. I've had a lot of growth in the past couple days while I've been posting my collection tours. Each video has gotten me a couple new subscribers, which I still don't have in the triple digits, but it's really exciting for me. I did not expect this to take off at all, and it still might not, but I'm enjoying it a lot, and I've had some people interacting with me in my comments, which is really exciting, and just asking genuine questions and starting conversations about dolls, which is all I ever really wanted from this, was another space to talk to people about dolls. So, thank you to the people who comment. Thank you to the people who watch these videos. And if you want to support me, if you want to give me new dolls to review, or if you just want to do something nice for me to show your appreciation for me or for the channel, I have a throne wish list that I will link in the description that has a lot of Playline dolls that I've been looking at, some more expensive collector dolls, some BJDs, and some stands, which I really need, as well as supplies to start practicing customizing, which is something I want to get into on a smaller scale. I want to repaint accessories, especially for Monster High, since they have really ugly unpainted accessories right now. So, that's about it. Thank you so much.